This is chapter 4 of Snake River. Russell? Asked Mariella softly. Are you okay? Pia frowned at Mariella. What kind of question is that? He was bitten by a snake. It was all because of your stupid beauty treatment. Maybe it was just some wimpy water snake, suggested Anthony. He kneeled down next to Russell. It was, wasn't it, Russ? Russell rolled his sock down. He studied the bite. See the shape of the bite marks? Anthony leaned over and wrinkled his nose. That tells you it was poisonous, said Russell. His voice was shaking slightly. It was probably a cottonmouth. The rain was coming down more heavily now, but the group did not notice. What can we do to help? Asked Pia. She was beginning to panic. Anthony turned to Leon. Get your first aid book, quick. Oh, now you're happy I brought it, began Leon. Just get it, snapped Anthony. While Leon ran to the raft, Russell took a deep breath and began instructions. Okay, listen up, he said. Tie a band above the bite, about 2 to 4 inches up. Where do we get a band? Asked Anthony. Mariella paused before taking the colorful scarf from around her neck. Here, she said, take this. Pia grabbed it from her hand. Well, she smiled. I'm impressed. As Pia tied the scarf, Leon came running back with his first aid kit and the medical book. He had already found the chapter on snake bites. Did they say anything about sucking out the venom? Asked Anthony. I saw that in a movie. Ew, whined Mariella. Don't worry, said Russell. You won't have to do that. The group noticed that Russell was beginning to shiver. It could be hypothermia, claimed Leon. He pointed to a page in the book. That's when your body temperature begins to drop below normal. He moved his finger down the page. The book says to feed the patient sugar. No problem, cried Anthony, as all 4 teenagers dug into their pockets. They watched Russell force down a jelly donut and a cola. Good, huh? Asked Pia. Terrific, moaned Russell. He looked up at the 4 worried faces. Look, he said, my ankle is beginning to swell. I'm starting to feel dizzy. You've got to get me to a hospital. Fast. Sure, said Anthony. We'll carry you through the woods. There's got to be a hospital somewhere nearby. No, Russell insisted. I'm too heavy to carry, and if I walk, the poison will spread faster. We'll have to take the raft down the river. The river? Cried Leon. In a downpour like this? Mariella pointed to the water crashing against the rocks. Look at it out there. We'll never make it. Yes, we will, said Russell. By now, Pia was furious. No, we won't, she cried. It's all your fault. You made us go rafting in this weather. Now we're all in danger. Chill out, Pia, said Anthony. If it were you who had been bitten by the snake, Russell would help you out. Yeah, agreed Leon. Look how he saved Mariella. Pia kicked a rock into the river. She heard Russell moan. Okay, she snapped, spinning around. What are we waiting for? They helped Russell with his helmet and his life jacket. Carefully, they got him into the middle of the raft. With Pia and Anthony in the front and Leon and Mariella in the back, they launched themselves into the river. How are you doing? Mariella asked Russell. Kind of groggy, he murmured. That's pretty accurate, nodded Leon. The book says at first you get groggy, throw up, and pass out. Then you shut up, shouted Anthony. The rain made it difficult to see as the raft bounced over the heavy rapids. Suddenly, the raft stopped short, making everyone lurch forward. What happened? Asked Leon. We're stuck on a rock, shouted Pia. She turned to Anthony. Didn't you see it coming? It was on your side, he shouted back. Here, let me try, said Leon. He thrust his paddle in the water. He pushed it hard against the rock. Suddenly, the paddle snapped in half. I told you, groaned Russell. Never use a paddle to free the raft. Don't say anything, Pia called back to Russell. You're supposed to relax. Just leave it to us. The 4 sat still in the raft, dazed and confused. After a few minutes, Pia turned to Russell. Okay, Russell, you win. What do we do? She asked. Get out and push, he groaned. It's not that deep here. Get out? Cried Leon. In the river? Shrieked Mariella. Come on, groaned Anthony. We're soaking wet already. Grumbling, the 4 teenagers lowered themselves into chilly waters. There goes this outfit, said Mariella. Pia stared at Mariella in disbelief. I was kidding, okay, Mariella said with a playful splash. Pia smiled back. They pushed and pulled at the raft for what seemed like forever. All of a sudden, Anthony lost his footing and slipped on the rock. Oh, great, cried Anthony. He stared down at a bloody cut on his leg. Way to go, Anthony, shouted Pia. You freed the raft. After they all piled back into the raft, Anthony reached for a roll of bandages from Leon's first aid kit. My kit came in pretty handy, didn't it? Beamed Leon. You won't let me forget it, will you? Grinned Anthony. The wind was blowing heavily by the time the raft entered the narrowest stretch of the river. A short distance away, they could see a huge tree bending over. Oh my gosh, screamed Mariella. We can't go under that. It'll fall right on top of us. We have to, Anthony screamed back. The raft has a mind of its own. Here we go, shouted Pia. Holding their breaths, the team used the oars to guide the raft under the cracking tree. The raft had barely passed through when they heard a loud snap. The group turned around and watched the tree fall into the river. We made it, gasped Leon. We are the coolest, yelled Pia. Everyone cheered, except for Mariella. Hey, listen, you guys, she called out. What's that noise?